In the waning light of one of boxing's most illustrious super middleweight tournaments, the Super 6, a profound shift unfolded. Andre Ward had ascended to the light heavyweight division, seeking a monumental clash with the then reigning conqueror, Sergey Kovalev. Meanwhile, Carl Froch had gracefully retired, inscribing a legacy of achievements into the fabric of boxing history. The super middleweight division found itself bereft of its superstars, with only Arthur Abraham remaining as a beacon of his former glory. Once a reigning IBF middleweight champion, Abraham had successfully defended his title 10 times before venturing into the super middleweight division. Now, as the reigning WBO world champion with 6 defenses to his name, his reign was marked by a potent blend of power and a roster of opponents that often raised eyebrows. In this evolving landscape, the question lingered: could Abraham's strength alone sustain his reign amidst the shadows of departed stars? Amidst the middleweight division's quest for his next star, a determined Mexican warrior was quietly crafting his own path. Turned professional at the tender age of 18, Zurdo Ramirez ascended the ranks with a fervor that belied his years, an imposing presence in the super middleweight division. He defied expectations by embracing the quintessential Mexican boxing style, characterized by relentless aggression and heart despite his opposing stature. Yet, he brought a unique twist to this tradition. He was a big southpaw. With a burgeoning record of 34-0, including 24 knockouts, this 23-year-old emerged as the WBO's #1 contender. It was his moment to seize destiny as he prepared to challenge the reigning champion, King Arthur Abraham, for his inaugural world title. In this pivotal clash, he stood on the precipice of greatness, ready to make his mark in the rankings. As the fight approached, Abraham was a shell of an aged warrior, seasoned by time, yet still possessing the old man's strength and resilience that had defined his career. In contrast, Zurdo stood as a towering figure of youthful vigor. With the advantages of size and energy firmly in his corner, this was the archetypal clash of the battle-worn king versus the hungry young lion, a timeless struggle between experience and youthful ambition. Abraham's style was distinctive, marked by his high guard, a defensive fortress that allowed him to withstand attacks and unleash potent punches from close quarters. However, this fortress had its vulnerabilities, particularly against a high-volume puncher adept at using movement to create angles and openings. In this arena, Zurdo delivered a masterful performance, outmaneuvering and outworking the seasoned veteran. Abraham's age, once a source of wisdom and strength, now became evidence as a hindrance. With burning desire, Zurdo claimed a resounding, unanimous decision victory, capturing his first world title and signaling the dawn of a new era. His triumph was not merely a victory in a ring, but a place in time of the ever-evolving nature of the sport. After successfully defending the WBO super middleweight title 5 times, Zurdo found himself at a crossroads, compelled by the limitations of his imposing physique to ascend to the light heavyweight division. His fighting spirit was deeply rooted in the Mexican style, a bloodline to his heritage, and the warrior's ethos that coursed through his veins. Despite his impressive stature, standing at 6 foot 2 inches with a 75-inch reach, Zurdo eschewed the advantages of distance and outfighting. Instead, he embraced the intimate chaos of mid to close range, where the essence of battle was distilled to its purest form. While he possessed technical skills, Zurdo often gravitated towards the raw, unrestrained nature of brawling, wagering on power punches to dismantle his opponents. His approach was less about the finesse of the sport, and more about the resilience and ruthless exchanges that defined his path to victory. It was a grueling, punishing journey, one that demanded endurance and a willingness to endure the crucible of combat, reflecting a deeper commitment to win through sheer will and fortitude. As with all facets of existence, we are bound by the chains of habit, creatures of routine, stuck in our stubborn ways. We often question the necessity of change, especially when the status quo appears unbroken. Yet perhaps it is only in the absence of true challenge that we remain blind to the fractures beneath the surface. Zurdo found himself on the precipice of such revelation as he prepared to face Dmitry Bivol, the division's preeminent boxer. With his fundamentally sound footwork and lightning-fast hands, embodied the pinnacle of Russian school boxing. As the bout commenced, it became evident that the smaller, more adept fighter could subdue the larger, more aggressive man. Zurdo, accustomed to imposing his will through sheer aggression, found himself at a loss against Bivol's fluid movement and speed. Each exchange revealed the limitations of his once successful approach, as he was consistently outmaneuvered and outpaced. The very style that had defined his career was rendered ineffective, and Bivol secured a decisive victory by unanimous decision. This encounter served as a poignant reminder of the necessity to adapt and evolve, lest we become prisoners of our own unchallenged habits. Loss is a fundamental thread in the fabric of existence, for without it, the sweetness of victory will lose its savor. It is through the experience of losing that we are offered a profound choice: to allow our spirit to be diminished, or to embrace the opportunity for growth and enlightenment. A loss can serve as a crude teacher, presenting us with a chance to reflect upon and discern the imperfections that led to our downfall. Ultimately, it is a personal journey of introspection and awareness, where one must courageously confront these shortcomings. In doing so, we are granted the possibility to destroy and reconstruct ourselves, emerging with renewed strength and resilience. It is in this transformative process that enriches our existence, allowing us to rise from the ashes of defeat with a deeper understanding and a fortitude spirit. In a decisive moment in his career, Zurdo found himself drawn to the allure of history, aspiring to ascend to the Cruiserweight division, a weight class in which no Mexican had yet claimed a world title. This journey was not merely a pursuit of glory, but an exploration of uncharted territory. His inaugural challenge came in the form of Joe Smith Jr., a former light heavyweight world champion known for his bullying, brawling nature. This encounter presented an ideal canvas for Zurdo to unveil a more sophisticated approach. The bout unfolded as a fierce exchange, yet within the chaos, Zurdo revealed a newfound patience, a departure from his customary domineering style. He embraced fluidity in his movements and exercised discernment in selecting his strikes. In doing so, he demonstrated an evolution of character, blending the wisdom of restraint with the courage of ambition. This transformation marked not only a personal development, but also a step towards history. Zurdo finally stood at the gates of destiny of world title glory, facing a champion, Arsen Gulamarian. With the departure of Denis Lebedev, Gulamarian ascended to the rank of WBA Super Cruiserweight World Champion, embodying the full measure of the division's weight and power. A lifelong cruiserweight, he was an embodiment of the division's demands, honed under the tutelage of Abel Sanchez, the renowned trainer of Gennady Golovkin. Sanchez's philosophy, rooted in relentless front foot aggression and a ceaseless offensive onslaught, was etched into Gulamarian's approach. This confrontation was not merely a clash of physical power, but a chance at ultimate glory. The champion entered the arena with the unblemished record of 27-0 and 19 knockouts, personifying the essence of dominance. He immediately set the tone, leveraging his cruiserweight stature to assert pressure upon his challenger. Yet Zurdo, resolute and unwavering, embraced the philosophy of power boxing. He adeptly maneuvered on the back foot, embodying the art of the counterpuncher, deftly pot-shotting the advancing champion. In a dance of resilience and strategy, Zurdo absorbed all that Gulamarian offered and responded with even greater force. Through the symphony of skill and tenacity, he surpassed the champion in both volume and impact. With this decisive victory, Zurdo made history, becoming the first Mexican to claim the title of Cruiserweight Champion of the World. To dispel any notion that the title victory was mere chance, Zurdo set his sights on unifying the division against Chris Smith, the WBO Cruiserweight Champion, who had dethroned Lawrence Okolie. Known for his aggressive style and ability to leverage his size, Billum Smith faced a transformed Zurdo that night. A fighter reborn from the ashes of his sole defeat to Bivol. No longer burdened by the strain of cutting weight, Zurdo embraced his role as a natural cruiserweight. His footwork and strategic angles were a showcase to his evolution, leaving Billum Smith without answers. Zurdo had transcended his past as a size-reliant brawler, now standing as a master of technical acumen, adept at facing naturally larger opponents with the art of the sweet science. Zurdo exemplifies the profound truth that growth is an intrinsic part of nature, while loss serves as a necessary pruning of the old to allow new roots to flourish. Rising to the peak of the Cruiserweight division, he stands not only as an opposing contender, but as a proud representative of his Mexican heritage. In his evolved state, he symbolizes the culmination of resilience and transformation, positioning himself as the singular, genuine threat to the lineal champion, Jai Opataya.